Right, they've dried off nicely. Now what I'm going to do now is I've mixed a murky colour, nothing like a good murky colour. This is with the oranges that were already mixed from the previous lecture. I'm just going to bung some burnt umber in, a small blue, and a bit more red. There we go, lovely. So what I'm going to do, a bit of water there, I'm going to put some shadows in. Now, this is interesting about shadows because they touch the object, okay? But if the object is raised like that is, we're saying that the angle, that's the biggest part of the carrot, so if that's touching the base, the narrow bit will probably lifting off the ground, who knows. So we're going to do it that way. That one you can see clearly is bent, so it won't, the shadow will not be touching the object which is casting it. Let's say that's curved. So there again, if that carrot is curving up, the shadow will not touch the object, okay? Look at shadows, it's a whole new subject on its own. It's quite interesting really. Now I'm just going to skim that over the carrot, rinse my brush off, just dab off the excess and just soften that out, and again just here, because the light is coming that way. Okay, and as for shadow cast by the frondy bits, well, you might go quietly mad if you try to do all those. So what I would suggest you do is just do a grey bit and just the odd line like that to imply that those grass, the tufts, oh I don't know what you call them, where you pull the carrot up from, the stems, that'll do, are casting a shadow. Now I'm just going to soften that off a little bit more. It's rather nice. Okay, now I'm going to go to the sap green, and I'm going to just mix it in with that bit of pale orange that's there, just so we've got a slightly different green. That's a bit too vibrant, and I'm just going to do some little bits. Now this is good practice for you. Have a practice before you do it. It really is. You're using the point. That's why I'm pointing my brush right down, to get that tip of that brush there. And I'm just doing lots and lots of little fronds. So you want the fine tip of the brush to make contact with the paper, but only just. And a bit more green, because I'm just going to go in and make a few little stronger stems at the base, where the stems are the strongest and the thickest. Okay, super. Now I'm going back to the orange for the carrots. I'm going to do more carrot stuff. Right, okay. Let's add a bit more colour. You're quite happy for that all to merge around. Now this is real play. This is real play. Take a bit of the cadmium, just drop in. Now the green is running, but that's okay, that's fun. Now this would be a delightful little painting to go in a kitchen somewhere. Let's have a bit more, just to ring the changes in the orange. Now I'm going to go to the burnt umber. I didn't even bother rinsing my brush. And I'm going to do some little really fine bits, because these are sort of like the rooty bits. Now look, I've practically got just one hair of this brush, and this is the number 5. It's the biggest out of that pack of 3, if that's what you're using. But use what you know. That pack was just a recommendation, and these are the tiny, tiny little hairs that you get on the side. It's a bit too dark. Let's just soften it up with some of that orange. Lots of little... This is wonderful for those of you who like to fiddle and do the detail stuff, and I know you're out there. Let's just drop a bit of that colour in there as well. And a bit down here. Just adding a bit more texture. Okay, right, I think that will do. You can fiddle around to your heart's content, adding more little veins and wrinkles. But I think that's rather nice. Okay, now I'm going to do what we did before with the spattering bit. This will be nice for the carrot tops. Sees as that's a bit of a difficult area to paint. Just going to cover that up. I want a bit more yellow in that, and it needs to be quite a lot. There, isn't that fun? I think it's fun. I hope you enjoyed it. So you've learnt quite a lot with this. You've learnt another colour mixing. Okay, we don't have a great choice of colours in this little box. You've learnt about going straight to the paint without drawing first, which is perfectly capable to do. You use the brush as a pen or a pencil, and using your brush as the very fine tip. So all through this course, the various processes, you're learning more and more about how your paints work and how to use your brushes effectively. So I will finish that, obviously post a picture, and I'll see you in the next lecture.